Do it again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Wednesday's spy game campaign, HexCrawl. I always say after the fire. We're back this time with Pope and with Lynn as we head back to Koloratov and the Zbrovnian Palace to finish up the trade delegation talks. But something makes us think they're not quite gonna get there. Let's check in, have a chat, see how you guys are doing after watching the shenanigans of last week. Lynn, how are you? What have you been up to since the destruction of a power station?
Been good, been doing good. Art, I've been playing a lot of XCOM. So like last session with the techies just felt real similar. Had that level of tension. I am glad that everything went okay, and hopefully, well, we'll see.
Well,
It'll be bad on them.
Yeah, I mean, okay means that there's like, you know, a hole now in the side of a mountain with like exposed lava and shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's not us. We are hands-on. We're more hands-on than we do less wide-ranging damage than the other two, I think.
Yeah, just more precise.
Just more precise.
Violence. Nice, cool. Alrighty then. And Pope, what have you been up to? How you doing?
Just insert prolonged scream here. There, having seen how well it went last time, I'm concerned because law of averages states something has to go wrong.
It's like you've seen one of my games before.
I remember those sixes, sir. And I'm certain Tom remembers too.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But yes, no, it's been a bit since something catastrophically wrong has happened. So we'll see what happens. We will try and weather the storm, as it were. But I'm excited, and those who are about to die salute you.
Oh man. Well, it's also an exciting week for us here at Fly with Black Cats because we are 6 days away from our next Kickstarter, which is for our next RPG title, Cursed Captains of Cthulhu. If you like swashbuckling pirates in the golden age of piracy, and you also like Cthulhu monsters and the mythos entity shenanigans, then we are mushing those two things together into one RPG title for you. There is more information over at our Kickstarter preview page, which I will link in just a... Well done, Susie, which I have linked there for you. Yeah, please follow that. There's a little kind of alert me, follow me type button. Please click that as well if you're interested. It helps us enormously with the algorithm. And it'll also alert you to when we go live on Tuesday. So we are looking forward to it a lot. I have a lot of graphics to create. I actually successfully photoshopped some fucking dice yesterday. I am very happy with myself. They look a bit cartoony and stuff, but like it's an aesthetic. I'm here for it, so I'm actually very pleased with it. We got a little write up in Dicebreaker today as well. I was very happy about that. So we sent out like our little oh thanks Pope, you sent off a Hybris little sub as well. Do you want the dice, or do you want to give it to Lynn? All right.
Those always go to teammates.
There, I think I caught that. Next, there we go. Yes, you've got two actually. Sweet. Yeah, so I was very happy with the write-up in Dicebreaker today. Gives us a bit of traction. We immediately got like 10 more follows on that preview page, so it was super cool. And you should see more of it because we did a whole spread of alerts and like press release type stuff, all courtesy of Susie. So thank you very much, Susie. And we'll be seeing that all out, I'm pretty sure, over the next few days, and previews. And they'll like the chaos of the last one. There'll be random interviews and like, you know, plugs halfway through, and we'll try and do some streams as well, and get some other like previews and stuff up too. So lots of work, but I'm looking forward to the craziness. But for now, let's focus ourselves in on this kind of crazy, and look about getting ourselves back into the spy game, back to Koloratov. Where's my moody music? Let's have that one. No news article immediately this week. Oh, that's quite loud. But we will meet up with you guys just before you are due to set out from the chalet back to the capital. You guys are, well, Nix, digitally you are given essentially the itinerary and your car's allotment for the journey over. And you are put in the back of one of the embassy's vehicles with a European delegate. So just another one, again, like yourself, or your cover identity at least, someone who's been taking notes and assisting the delegation themselves. And then interestingly enough, you know, if you dig any deeper, you find that you have also been assigned the same car that Ethan will be riding in the front passenger seat. And you know, that might give you pause considering what we've been up to. Sherlock, are you turning on any devices yet, or are you're not party to the car allotment?
This is, again, we're keeping radio silence given everything that Op and Athrena have stated. This is, as soon as you turn that thing on, it might as well be a painted target on you. So keeping those off.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. I would imagine that at some point that morning, you might overhear a bit of discussion about cars, where people are going. You're going to have to kind of play it cool a little bit and fly casual and figure out where you're meant to go based on people's body language and behavior. By the time you get outside, you are pointed towards Madeline's car. And so with Tessa in the front and with a civilian driver from the embassy in the driver's seat, you'll essentially be getting in the back with Madeline. Is there anything you guys want to do in terms of actually, because I don't want to, you know, be that GM who's just like, and you all sit in the vehicle. Like, is there any? Are you happy to do that, or would you like to try and interfere in any way?
There's just like one little bit of protocol that Sherlock's going to bring up. I hate to be the gray cloud as we're on our way to clear skies and the trip home, but have each of these vehicles been checked? I mean, full-on swept, checking for any sort of devices, brake lines, everything clean?
How did you want to try and figure that out? Did you want to try and figure that out on your own, or did you want to ask somebody?
Oh, no. Since there's scuttlebutt around, no, we're playing the rumor game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just stating that matter-of-factly out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Nick's has
just to make everyone uncomfortable.
Yeah. Also a similar thing, because you know what? She wouldn't put it past the higher ups. You know, it's just, they're gonna take it safe and just kill all of us.
Ooh. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I mean, slightly indignantly, Ethan says to you, Sherlock, that I did my checks this morning. I've been around the whole thing.
It's not that I don't trust you, even. It's just that I'm still. It's just points to where he was shot. Rather sore. And there are still 2 EU delegates missing. So, just a little at ease.
Yes, can never be too careful.
So interestingly, he kind of demonstrably ignores you, Nix, as you say that, but he walks right up to Sherlock. And not kind of posturing, not, you know, this machoism, but as a kind of just a quiet word is like, look, I understand, but please, let's not do this here. I'm gonna be in the car with her. Okay? Got your back.
Let's hope for a peaceful day today.
There is a kind of safety briefing, a bit of an impromptu thing before everyone enters the vehicles. But Ethan makes clear to everybody that you all would have seen the memo about the demonstrations in the capital. And so you want to stick to your cars, stick to your teams, and you'll want to abide by the itinerary and the bullet points we put across in the dossier for you yesterday. They're all circulated to the email group, so please refer to them on your journey up. Refamiliarize yourselves. If anything does go wrong, we're diverting straight to the embassy. Remember that. And he walks away from kind of where you are, Sherlock, and walks towards his car where Nix is due to sit inside as well. Anything else?
Oh, that's all good.
Cool. All right. So, by convoy, and at the very front, you've got a Zabrovnian kind of military jeep style thing, kind of 4x4. That is escorting you through the countryside back towards Koloratov. And as I said, in convoy, your car, Sherlock, is somewhere towards the front, kind of middle front. So there's probably like another security car. The American portion of the convoy is towards the front, the EU portion to the back, and then obviously another military vehicle towards the back that's just, you know, taking up the rear. Probably a couple of motorcycles as well to advance, kind of scout out ahead, stop any crossroads, stop any traffic, let the convoy through. I used to live on one of the main roads into London, in a loft flat, and it used to literally be where like embassy cars and stuff used to come. So they used like police motorcycle would come up, stop the traffic, everyone stops, they go through at 60 miles an hour down like these inner city streets, and then the police are all finished up and they like zoom off to do the next one. Like, it's balmy. But yeah, so you're enjoying a quick, nice but peaceful ride through the countryside before arriving into the Zabrovnian capital itself. It's daytime, so and it's only a couple of hours out. So by the time that you arrive, it's not noticeable. There aren't many lights and stuff like that. But as you look out of your window, and well, I can't remember if you guys know about the plan or not, but either way, what you see is that you just it's weirdly imperceptible at first, but then you notice that like some of the shop signs are out, some of the and then you actually notice there's a bit of radio chatter, and both Tessa and Ethan, in your respective cars, put a finger to an ear just to listen into some of the radio chatter that's going on. And it's that convoy escort that's basically pointing something out to them. And you take that cue, and as you look past down one of the wide kind of city avenues that you're now careering down towards the Capitol Palace building, you notice that the traffic lights are off. And then Tessa turns round to Madeline in your car, Sherlock, and she says, check your phone. And Madeline opens it up, flicks through a few tabs, checks the news, and she just says, oh God. She kind of motions you, take a look, but not to her phone, as if you were going to get your own phone out.
What's going on?
Power station in northern Greece just got attacked. Tessa turns round and says, it's knocked out a dozen blocks of power in the capital here. We're going through it right now.
Okay, be on guard. Feels like a setup move.
How do you mean? The Zabrovnians?
No. That's all. This is easy. You knock out the power station, all of a sudden there's a little bit of chaos. And in the chaos, you can strike a convoy.
Who have attacked a power plant?
Oh, infrastructure. That's the name of the game.
She was kind of pulled forward a little bit in her seat, and as she was showing you her phone, and then she just sits back and kind of sighs and just stares a bit in disbelief at her phone before she has to put a hand out as you are lurched forward in your seats a little bit as the convoy starts to slow down. And ahead, if you kind of peer around the driver's seat, not necessarily opening the window, but you can if you want to try and get a better look, you can just about hear and see just in the distance. And Nick's, for you, it's a little bit further along, a little bit harder to see, but you can kind of hear a little bit of that protest, a little bit of that kind of throng of a crowd. And by the point that obviously the whole convoy is now slowed to a crawl, the drivers are working out the next move. Anything you'd like to do? Like the EU delegate next to you, Nix, looks quite kind of nervous as she kind of straightens out her skirt and kind of looks around. Madeline is asking Tessa, what's going on. Okay, what's the next move? They're checking out the GPS on the car's front dash as they're flicking through, and they're kind of zooming and tab moving and trying to get a good idea. And over the radio, it comes through that they're going to divert around they can still get to the palace. They think there's a coordinate at least for that, so they're going to divert kind of to the south a little bit, to the left. And they're going to try and make their way around another of the blocks that are kind of out of power, that are then get round to the palace for you. And so the cars turn left and they make that direction over to that block. And then the driver in your car, Nix, who you recognize as the man that you spoke to the other evening, moves out of formation starts to accelerate rapidly. And as Ethan asks, "What are you doing?" the guy sideswipes Madeline's car. And we essentially are in a chase that neither of you are driving, but, you know, are able to take part in. Why don't you both roll off initiative for me, and we'll just see who, like, whose car acts first, I guess. Or kind of how quickly you can react to these different circumstances. Okay. Not as big a difference as I was expecting, actually, from Nick's knowing that.
Yeah, that was
you're a little initiative monkey, like.
Yeah, that was.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, yeah. So, you just shunted the Madeline's car and essentially tried to like ram it to spin out, but the driver still retains control just about. But Ethan is now looking back at you, looking at the driver, and he pulls for his pistol as he then pushes hard against the guy's neck, and he has the gun back here, and he's shouting, "Stop the vehicle, stop the vehicle." Is there anything you'd like to do?
You know what? Yes. So as Ethan has just focused his attention on trying to get the drivers, Nix is just going to quickly just take the garrote wire off her bracelet and just quickly one move just slam her on his neck and just.
The assassin guy, like in the front of the driver's seat, or Ethan?
We'll do Ethan at this moment.
Okay.
Cover.
Sure thing.
I can't control Ethan, so.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. If you want to roll your attack for me.
She's gonna try and, we'll make this as simple. So I'll do a sleeper hold if he's.
Your represents that target of control their by making an attack. It's unaware or surprise target. If
he's under surprise, if you want to make it, this could be.
I would honestly say, for how he's judging the situation, he's not surprised by you.
Okay, will be.
So this just happened. Essentially, that surprise round has been the ram, I think.
Okay.
And then he's now like, okay, this car is like compromised. Like, you have to stop it now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So no sleeper hold, I'm afraid, but the garrote is absolutely on point, I think.
All right, let's do this then. Oops. 15.
Absolutely. 15 is a hit as you like flip it over the headrest and then you pull back.
Oh, there's no sneak, so it's just 8 points of damage. It's a subdue if that's.
Yeah, it'll be like bludgeoning damage, I think. Yeah. You also grapple the target.
No, before I do that, I'm gonna just Nick's just gonna yell out to the other delegates, just like crumple position. I'm gonna hit.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she does show. She's not kind of going down like that into the footrest as you might like on a plane, but she's just kind of half doing that, half cowering to the side of the vehicle, just trying to be as far away from all of you as possible. Okay. Sherlock, in your car, Madeline is kind of, it's her corner on that right hand side as you're sat to her left, where she's taken the impact a bit. So she yells out a bit, clutching her hip. But you see she's able to move about and she's still limber. She's not necessarily injured, but she's just kind of taken the hit and she's shocked by it. She's probably got a little bit of whiplash as well. But she's turned around to see what the hell is going on. The whole car is pretty surprised. And Tessa is just looking back as well to see what's happening, to see what this other driver is doing. And the driver themselves in your car, they're obviously trying to maintain control of the vehicle. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Let's go full film. And cinematic with this.
You've got the idea of these sessions. These are the Mission Impossible mission
Yeah, this is
episodes.
Just has to shoot out the windshield. There's as he lowers the window, gets out to the side of the car, and is going to look to try and jump and do that sort of dynamic entry foot first into the driver of
Holy
the attacking
fuck!
vehicle.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got to make it out of your own car, just kind of climbing onto some of the back windshield, the roof, a bit of the roof, a bit of the back, about the trunk, and then you're like trying to do that, you know. Yeah, that you've got some of your martial arts training. You're flipping, trying to get into the driver's door. Oh man. Okay. So, what's Glass's AC? That's a question, right? Objects. Load for me. Glass is AC-13. This is going to be DC-13. Acrobatics check.
Okay.
This will land you, like, not directly on this guy's lap, but you will be positioned in the window, at least your feet on him.
Here goes nothing. Nothing was achieved.
Ooh. Okay. You have to roll out of the way of the convoy, but what happens is, Nix, in your car, the enemy agent that's in the driver's seat in front of you, he slams on the brakes, pulls up the handbrake, does a 180 turn, and then starts to spin the wheels and drive back the other way towards Sherlock. The same thing happens to the car that... actually, no. Do you know what? Let me think here. There's quite a lot of chaos right now as the other cars drive a bit further along. But Sherlock, you've got probably another round to kind of react to like what you want to do. But actually, Nix, let's just resolve what's the next thing that you want to do?
Just keep him, just pull him back.
Okay.
And just as she pulls, as I pull him close, it's like, it'll be easier for you if you do not struggle.
All right. Make that attack again for me as he pulls back against it, tries to get his gun up underneath the wire.
Yeah. So he is, since I'm doing this like two-handed, so he is restrained, correct?
If you have two free hands, you can restrain somebody. If you use a garrote, you've grappled them as well. So I think your attacks might have advantage anyway, or maybe that's the restrained condition.
Yeah, I'm trying to just double check.
Grappled. It's just their speed becomes 0. Yeah. Yeah, it just means that he's stuck in that seat.
I'm gonna keep pulling then. All right.
Roll that attack for me.
21.
It's a hit. Absolutely, yeah. Roll the damage for me. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Sherlock, what is your next move?
Well, given what's going on, I guess I gotta go fast. We're gonna spend the key point to dash.
Mm-hmm.
Use the move, so go 90 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How close am I into the car then?
If you move towards it,
Yeah.
you can absolutely do a Morpheus at this point and just be like on it. Be right up in front of it if you want.
Sure. Well, we'll use the dash action with the standard, so we'll do 135 and just close the distance in a round.
Was it to Madeline's car?
No.
To
the enemy
Nix's
vehicle.
car. Yeah. All right. You're essentially playing chicken with this fucking
Yes.
car. Oh my god. Okay. What's your
Obviously,
intent?
he's afraid. I mean, he's wanting it to break. So the intent is to get in that vehicle. By hook or by crook, we're going to get in that vehicle.
Okay. I am gonna get you to make me, please, a DC 20 dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
25.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I think, I could ask, how do you want to do this? Because that car is not going to divert from its route. It is driving straight towards you. So I can imagine you could like crash through the windshield. You know.
Since we're doing cinema, this is a little Mission Impossible, a little Jackie Chan. This is going to suck, but it's going to rush the vehicle, see that's coming on toward, jump with the back first, going through the main windshield. Again, feet's going to end up hitting poor Ethan, sorry. But the bulk of Sherlock is going to hit that driver.
Yeah.
As he goes through the windshield.
Okay. I tell you what. Just roll me your unarmed damage as you fall into this guy, and then you'll effectively be like prone in a way. I think.
Yeah.
He'll be kind of stuck. So... He'll be kind of stuck in the passenger seat. You'll be classed as prone. Okay.
So 9 damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And yeah, you kind of land into his position, into his seat with him on it. Unfortunately, you kind of, kick Ethan a bit to the side too. I'm going to do him like half damage. And you crash through the front windshield. The car at this point goes out of control. I'm just going to roll, seeing as we've now got a bunch of you in this car, and that's kind of what we have to worry about. I'm going to roll here for their initiative. I'm just going to roll for Ethan's. So Ethan's going to go last. I'm not going to worry about the civvy.
There's poor civilians in the back of that civilian.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah, the little EU delegate. And Nix, you're in the back. Okay, so with a 24, I think he goes first, and then it will be Nix, and then it will be Sherlock, and then it will be Ethan. That's a cool order of things. All right. So what I really want to do too, so that I'm going to be selfish here and not waste my map, is... Oh, no. Let's. Yes, I can do that. Lovely. Oh, and you. There we go. I'm just gonna. Prep this, but in losing control of that vehicle, you see as the car diverts and just skims up one of the sidewalks into a side street and then smashes into what seems to be another car that is in the parking lot, and again also hit by a lamp post. Okay. I need to check my it's essentially falling damage, right? I need to check my rules on I think you're pretty much gonna be thrown out of the car, Sherlock, but the car will be like, you know, 10 foot behind you, having been stopped.
That's fine.
Let me just open this up as well. My rule book. Vehicles. Where did I put this? Oh, it was in equipment. There we go.
I'm going to make you use all the rules today, every single one.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Vehicles in a chase. Ramming. Falling damage. Falling from a vehicle. Yes. Ramming, which is what this is derived from. You deal 1 vehicle hit die of bludgeoning damage per 20 feet of movement, or 1 hit die. Each passenger in the vehicle suffers 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet of movement before the collision. So let's just check the speed of the cars, which I did have recorded at some point somewhere. It wasn't in chase maneuvers, was it? I might even have to get one of my archived handouts out. Nope.
We're diving into the vault, folks.
Oh yeah. 40 feet of movement, I'll say. Where I can even measure it on the map of where you all end up. As it, yeah, like careered into this. With 40 feet, let us say then 4d6 of damage here. Just straight off the bat for everyone in the car. 14 damage for everyone in the car.
Oh, Ethan's is.
Has it? The EU delegate is unconscious now.
Oh god, that poor.
Because they're a civilian. I mean, they had like 6 hit points. And unconscious. Yes. No, that's paralyzed. Okay. And we are going to go over to my little map. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. And I'll bring you guys in. Oh man, you're on the power plant for ages. Nice. Okay, so we have that car pretty much in the center of the map itself there. You've got a little parking lot off to your right-hand side. The side street continues off to the east of the map as well. You've got kind of shops and little kind of back areas down here. A little motel there down to the south of it, and a few other shops here. There's a few people kind of looking outside from the shops, wondering what the hell's going on, but otherwise it's quite a quiet day because of the protests that you can hear just in the distance that are going on. Pop that music on as well. We get some atmosphere going. just, as in the distance, you can hear sirens and chants, but mostly the kind of hiss from from your car, that has smashed into this parked one and this lamppost. With our enemy agent friend here taking the first turn, they are going to come. So Sherlock, actually, you will have rolled like over here, I think. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So they are going to dive out of the vehicle using half the movement, and they're going to move up to you 10 feet. And whilst you're prone on the floor, they are going to make a restraining check against you, like grapple check against you. So if you want to roll athletics or agility or acrobatics for me, contested against theirs. Oh, they haven't got good athletics at all. 14.
No.
All right. So they come in and try and grapple you, and you elegantly move out of the way. I believe it's you. No, it's Nick's up next. Nick, so you've still probably got Ethan in that grapple.
Mm-hmm.
You've just been like slammed into the back of his seat a little bit, causing him that damage probably.
Still struggling.
Yeah, like you've still got a garrote around his neck, so he's still trying to get out of that.
So blood is like trickling down her forehead, and she's like, I warned you. And then you know what? The foot knife is gonna come out.
Like through the back of the chair? Like kicking the back of the chair? Yes. Yeah.
Oh
my god, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my advantages on this. I need him.
Yeah. For sure.
He's more useful what I'm doing with him right now.
Yeah.
26.
Ooh, not quite a crit, but roll damage for me.
Very close.
Mm.
Oops. So that is with...
Those bladed boots, man. Why did you a solid?
Yeah. Oh, that is 17 points of damage.
Alright. I'll take that sneak attack for this time, because he's, definitely just a hit effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stab through the back of his chair, pull out the blade, and it's covered in blood. He's like, he hasn't screamed, but you can hear that like gasp of air as it, enters his body. You don't have any other extra attacks. Have we got any bonus actions you want to take?
Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna let go of the garrote, and then like that let go.
Mm-hmm.
I still have an option. I'm gonna take out my gun and just like in the back.
All right.
So everything. Ooh.
That 24. Yeah, I mean that's gonna hit.
5.
5 damage. Okay. Oh, he is still in it. He is still in it. So you shoot the pistol a couple of times through the back of with like a little holdout pistol you've probably got, like in the back of the seat, and those things aren't missing. You can hear those go in. There's no suppression on this pistol either.
No.
So the shots just ring out into the street.
Yeah.
As you're kind of in the car with him there, and the EU delegate pressed up against the window. Poor girl. Okay, Sherlock, it's time to retaliate.
Use half movement to get up.
Mm-hmm.
you're new. So I'm going to let you know this real quick.
This is totally like in the middle of like a little like grappling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first call sign my handler ever gave me was horror show. How's he looking? Like, is he favoring anything at all?
He's looking
Where
a
is
bit
he
beat.
bleeding?
He's looking a bit beat up, but he's not bleeding, and he's just grimacing
Okay.
at you like in a kind of "Do you think that impresses me?" kind of,
No, but what's
standoff.
going to happen is going to impress him. Um, as we proceed to just go in for as savage attacks as we can muster. So, first one will miss.
Yeah, like
Second one will hit.
rolls out the way, and you kind of deck him in the side of the ribs. 6.
Yeah, the first one I can just see him block the punch, and then just the knee, still being close, the knee just comes up right into the gut, knocking a little wind, and then we're going to spend the key point for flurry of blows and get one more attack in. That's a crit.
Oh,
Excellent.
yes, it is.
Still rolling incredibly low, but hey, it's roll 20.
It's an 8. All right.
So I'm just seeing this as he throws the forearm up, blocks the straight punch, knee comes in, and then there's just a headbutt right to between the eyes.
Yeah, and that's the first time that like blood splats. It explodes across his top, and he like reels back in pain.
That's
Then
it for me.
cool. Then it will be Ethan who will be, while grappled, actually will take a couple of shots at Unix.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any multi-attack? They do. All right. This will be at disadvantage because you are within 5 feet. I think the circumstances allow you to have kind of got away with that before, but he'll have disadvantage. So Ethan rolls an 11 and a 13.
Nope.
Okay, so a couple of heavy gunshots ring out through the back of the car and pierce through the back windshield. But you manage to dodge out the way of both of them and have your own pistol ready. The assassin is going to you see them just before they go to attack. Oh, hello. Oh no, it's a dexterity saving throw. Okay. They are going to they put a finger to their ear, like a little one of these like little kind of Bluetooth thing that's rather than a kind of old-fashioned kind of earpiece that even some of the Secret Service kind of delegate people still use for this, just because of their or because of no upgrades and because of their reliability, I guess. You hear him say, "Get here now," and he is going to. He is still going to go in for that grapple one last time. So you need me to beat for me a 16. Oh, this has got to be like just a kind of move out of the way thing, right? And moving with momentum and using his against him. Oh, you're muted.
I'm picturing headbutt. He shakes it off, has the ear, and then immediately like does a rush forward for a sort of takedown, and it's just sidestep, palm, to the back, pushing him closer to the building, and just getting out of the way.
I'm going to swap you guys. I always like sometimes messing around with the tokens a little bit. I'm going to swap you guys over. As you do, basically do that, like swap places. Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of slams a little bit into the wall against the little restaurant there. This little diner, and then turns back around to look at you. Still, reloads his fists, still trying to be ready to go. As Ethan's choking out in the car, poor Ethan. Cool. Okay. On initiative count 20 in this round, his reinforcements are going to make an entrance over on the west side of this map. A little bit cinematic moment for just a second. As he looks over, you catch the idea that he's looking behind you, and so you take a glance around. And for Sherlock, at least, I think Nyx, you're still a little bit preoccupied with this. You see 3 agents. You see 2 you've never seen before, and you see Nicoletta. And they are running towards this car crash. Nyx, what do you want to do next?
Yep. Playtime's over. I have other things to do and take care of. So, yep. Bladed boots. Take a little kick. $15.
Ooh, yes. That is a hit.
10.
That is enough to knock him out. Do you want to knock him unconscious, or do you want to kill him?
Oh, this has to look good. Nyx doesn't have any more. She's going to kill him.
Okay, yeah. I think the blood loss too is probably going to kill him anyway. So, yeah, you take a couple more kicks into the back of the chair, and after that, Ethan slumps, and you don't feel him move or breathe after that moment.
And then I'm going to take my second action to... You know what? I'm going to act like I'm taking shots at Sherlock. It's like, no.
Yeah, like as a bonus action? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you want to stay in the
car? You don't
car?
have to act.
You
You don't have to act. Shoot.
So like a couple of shots ring off into the air.
Yeah, all right,
and they're obvious to Sherlock. I like that. I really like that.
Oh, you know what? We'll do that. We'll do that once this guy's subdued. But I'm getting out of the car.
Okay.
But one hand, the baton is coming out now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man. That's it for your actions. I think you can take. So then it would be over to Sherlock, and then I will roll initiative for the agents. Wow.
Seeing all of this, from little old me, I'm flattered. And we'll try and deal with this gentleman in front of me. Miss.
I know it's gonna miss.
13 probably is miss as well.
It is, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. One more key point.
Oh.
And
yeah,
that one.
They're a good solid 3 hits, but he's just taking them fucking on the chin, blocking with forearms, and even rolling with a blow the one time. He's got that kind of tropey Russian endurance going on. All right, so that was on your count. I'm going to leave the reinforcements up there. It would have been Ethan, which puts it back round to the assassin guys. So, it's interesting because... Oh, well, there we are. abilities for the NPC, like it's not in the most advantageous position to be using his stuff, which is interesting. But we have a little last minute thing. All right, I tell you what. I'm gonna use the multi-attack. He's gonna whip out a light pistol, suppressed, and is gonna fire 3 shots at you. I know they're at disadvantage, but it's probably better than trying to grapple you for a bad time. So, was that disadvantage? Holy shit, that was at disadvantage. 26, 17, and a 14.
2 hits.
It's my 6s coming into play there, mate. 14 and 8.
I am going to use my reaction of Bulletproof Monk to try and lower the 14.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. Oof.
Yes.
So, with that, D10 plus Dex plus Martial Arts level. So,
Oh, damn.
first shot does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Cool. Yeah, so he fires 3 suppressed shots at you. The third one missing. That first one would have, like you say, would have been a good hit, but you roll out of the way. But just in the way that you try and roll, actually kind of connecting with the pistol, trying to push it out of the way, he just kind of probably like smacks you with an elbow. There's a little pistol shot to the gut that just kind of goes in underneath, and then there's another pistol shot as you kind of spin round again and you're facing each other. Okay. Nyx, so to you, because I think that's them.
All right, now it's for real performance time. Nyx is gonna come in with the baton, but she's gonna like kind of like as really as she can, like try and miss, but she's gonna definitely try and just kick him with the blade, just get him.
Yep. Yeah, sure thing. If you want to do it deceptively, there'll be disadvantage. If you just want to do it, then it'll be regular.
We need this. This is up close. I don't want, like, if we're gonna deceive, this man has to believe that I really want to kill him.
Cool. You'll get a sneak attack anyway because you've got an ally within 5 feet.
Oh dear God.
Hey,
Bladed
gotta make
boots
it look good.
Bladed boots do not. Oh, okay, that was.
That hits.
Okay,
Well,
that was
disadvantage though, right? If you're being deceptive, if you definitely want to do that.
We're not. Oh, we're not being. We're going. This has to. This is
We're
a
going
real
real.
kick.
We're just going for it,
So-
right?
Okay. Yeah, we can't, like, it's so up close, and this person next to us, like, this. My guy is probably suspicious. We need to make this work. 18.
Okay, so I take 18.
So good, yeah, good. Probably like side of the torso.
Wait,
Mhm.
Sherlock
Like a side
or
kick.
Sherlock or my dude?
Sherlock.
Yeah, me.
Oh man, I'm just way over my head tonight. Okay, wow.
We are. Yeah, we are. No, this is like we
Okay.
are not. There are, now that we know there are 3. We could if there weren't the. We are very serious about undercover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure thing.
Yeah,
Oh my.
that is it for me.
Okay.
It's the most-
Oh god, I need a little tracker. I got a little tracker. Hold up. Hey.
Oh.
Nyx is for sure up the. Oh, Nyx is second. So I'll just. What's going on here? You're 23. Sherlock is above Ethan for sure. I'll just say 10 for the sake of it. That's right, isn't it? So Sherlock, I think you're up next.
With that and seeing the numbers game, and also, boy, did that hurt.
You see that,
Use
like,
action.
Good.
Use action to disengage. Then we're going to move, spin a key point, dash, and get 90 feet away from all of this.
Okay. Down the road or around the parking lot? A little bit of parkour or something.
I am legitimately trying to lose them. So trying to keep things between myself and them. We'll say, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That takes me with the first action, first move, and then let's see here.
I'd be quite happy for you to Assassin's Creed your way up a building too.
It looks like there's a little alley between those two buildings because the windows by the neon signs on the bottom left. So seeing that.
Oh yeah, it kind of does, right?
Yeah.
Very, very thin. I'd say you could squeeze behind that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'd say you could squeeze behind that.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, like down here? No, like around here, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's where he's going to go.
You could squeeze in there for sure, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's an alleyway. It looks like that other building is pushed up against the one to the south. But yeah,
well, then I can see about shimmying up the two, using the pole, and then getting on top of the building.
Oh yes. Fuck yes. Okay. If that's your action, then it would be Ethan. Then it will be the agents. They will move in a fairly orderly fashion. What can they do? About 30 feet. I mean, they're probably going to dash, right? Boop, boop, boop. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'm going to try and head you off. Oh, God. It's an agent. Oh, God. I just dropped out of the game. Let me come back in. 1 second, friends. There we go. And Nicoletta moving down here with them as well. Let's try and head you off. Okay, back up to the top of the round, and the assassin is going to move, jumping over the car bonnet, moving 30 as far as they can. I can move 35, sweet. That'll give them a good range on their multi-attacks. It's more pistol shots. You can hear the put of the silenced pistol ring out behind you. And not disadvantage anymore, sorry. So I'll take that 14. I'll take that 14. 16 and a
Misses.
28. Oof.
Yep.
So 2 hits.
2 hits.
So the crit would be 23. The other one would be 12.
Let's see what we can do about that 23.
Dear God. Ooh.
He's a meanie.
So I'm out.
Oh, okay. So down to 0 hit points. You are out and unconscious and prone. So you fall down. You kind of get sucked into that blackness, and then you can feel yourself fall down to the ground from a couple more of those shots, and more footsteps around you just as your hearing starts to get lost into your unconscious as well. So Nix, for you, what happens is the agents will start to surround Sherlock, and particularly our friend here. They will essentially start to round on him and pick him up. We'll go to pick him up and go to move him to the crashed vehicle that they have. In fact, this pickup that is here, one of the agents is going to smash into the driver's side window and unlock it and start to hotwire it. Is there anything that you would like to do? Anything? Do you want to interrupt them at all?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I'll figure this out.
So they will put Sherlock into the middle seat in the back. They'll ziplock cuff his hands behind his back, and Nicoletta and one of the other agents will get into the 2 seats either side of him. Our assassin friend will get into the front driver's seat again, and will motion to you to get into the passenger seat.
Well, cover's blown now, so can't go back there anymore. Maybe she'll get in. We'll have to see what he says.
The last remaining agent, as the car leaves the parking lot, this new pickup that you've got, and then turns right off in the same direction that this car would have been heading if it hadn't crashed. That last remaining agent hangs around with the embassy car to essentially try to like push it out from where it's crashed and to get back inside and basically just try and kind of take it somewhere, probably dump it or do something with it. So
This doesn't bode incredibly well for our other.
So, shall I make some death saves? As no one's providing him medical attention.
They will provide you medical attention. Let's try the agent. Let's try the agent. Let's try and keep you alive. Let's try and keep you alive. Wisdom +2. Oh, that's not a disadvantage. So a 12? Is it DC 15 for medical stuff? I think it is.
I believe so.
Yeah. Just to stabilize. Okay, so make me a death saving throw.
No?
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, you're bleeding quite a lot. So there's some real commotion in the back, and as
the hell's going on back there?
Yeah, as your new friend is like, I want him alive. Mend him. The other one, you know.
Should have thought about that before using a gun.
He at the moment. Nicoletta is, you know, trying to patch Sherlock up as best she can, but she just says he's bleeding a lot, and she's, you know, putting kind of bandages on. She's trying to fix wounds, pull bullets out, even in the back of the car. It's a real Pulp Fiction. Like, it's just fucking nasty. Okay, another wisdom check from them. I'm going to give them advantage because they've got two of them, like one of them's assisting.
Yeah, I'll help. Like, doing a goddamn good job keeping him alive. We need him.
Yeah. 15. Stable. You are stable. Okay. So there was a lot of bleeding there, but finally you are bandaged up. The back of this pickup is just stained like wine red with his blood. So yeah, kind of just slipping in and out of consciousness at this moment. You know, can smell that blood combined with that kind of, you know, synthetic medical tape kind of smell from a lot of the bandages, but you can hear and feel that you are in this pickup, and you know, you can feel very groggy. You feel like you've lost a lot of blood as well, quite faint, quite nauseous. But the two of you looking out of the window, you can see that the pickup is having to move quite slow through protesters, and even in the distance, Nix, you can see the palace building just off the way there. And it's not a pretty sight either. Protests have started to turn really bad. But the response, seemingly, is even worse. For whatever reason now, it's either military or police. You can't tell from this distance. But they are kettling people up. The pepper spray is out. Water cannons are out. You know, all sorts of stuff. People are trying to scale a kind of, you know, this kind of like chain fence that they've managed to, those like construction fences they put up really quickly and haphazardly. People are scaling those and trying to get into the kind of palace compound as well. Not a smart move, really, for the protesters. But, you know, things are looking bad. And you can hear that too. You even believe that you can hear in the distance the occasional ringing out of other, obviously, because you just come from a scene like that, but like other gunfire as well. And so you are slowly moving through these streets of Koloratov, doing the best you can to, like, go wherever their plan is, basically. Anything you'd like to say or do in the car ride?
Well, my cover's blown now, so what's next?
You know, Nicoletta, she has got us another safe house. Somewhere different than this time. So that your old friends will not be a worry anymore.
I think he can still be of some use. The others run emotionally. I think they think.
What do you
there's
think they
still a
do now?
chance. Oh. I mean, they want to get back. Somehow, Havel has convinced them. I think they have bleeding hearts. You know how that is. And they might want to come after this one. Two birds, one stone.
At that precise moment, he vomits on the person next to him.
Nice. You can see Sherlock in the rearview mirror. Nix's friend, like, look back at you. It's just that, you know, that shot of the eyes staring back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "You gave me a tumble, friend."
You kids and your fucking guns.
You have a lot to answer for. It's going real smoothly. It cost me a lot of money, and she'll poke one of the.
Oh, he's gonna let out that sort of like really pained grunt soon as the poke happens. Well, you see, much as a hardened killer as I am, when I find out someone's working against United States interests, I tend to work against them.
Well, for once, you have chosen the wrong team.
Oh no, I've chosen right. I just may not make it, especially if you keep using cheap shots.
Oh, I'm not killing you. Oh, this is.
Oh yeah, but if you didn't have the tools you had, could have fooled me.
Well, let's see in a little while how smart of a mouth you have. Sure.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass them around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. 98, and it just keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah, and the driver's seat, he turns to you, Nix, and says, as long as he doesn't give me a serial number and surname and forename every 30 seconds, it's fine.
Just let him tire himself out. This might take a while, so let him get it out of his system.
Yeah.
The man talks a big game. Let's see how well he does.
I hope you guys gotta change your clothes for me, because I'm gonna stink soon. $95.
We'll
Yeah,
deal.
We'll sort you out, friend.
$95.
Do not worry.
Oh, no, I worry about your taste of food, considering you're all sorts of weedy. Need more potatoes in your diet.
He doesn't respond to that, and you continue driving through the capital. On the outskirts of the city, away from a lot of the anger, a lot of the unrest, and the oppression that's happening, really. In a kind of a, again, a kind of a, tenement block kind of suburbia. Not like detached houses, picket fence kind of suburbia. This is still the Eastern Europe kind. And again, amongst these like high rises and stuff, the car pulls into an underground parking lot with maybe just a couple of fluorescent lights gracing its ceiling. They park up, drag you out the back of the pickup, and they walk you up to the elevator. They seem to be controlling the environment a little bit. Agents are walking ahead, making sure no one's in the corridors, no one's in the elevator before they call it up. And then you head up just a couple of floors. And you then, will head into an apartment. It's pretty small, it's pretty dingy. But you are placed onto the bed. This is a kind of what we call like a bed sit. So there's not so much a bedroom as this is your kind of one room, and there's a kitchen area. And then you've got bathroom. But yeah, so you're placed on the bed. And then these agents start to get to work. Sherlock, it kind of doesn't escape your attention because of how you've been working for these last few days. Devices come out, laptops open, phones are on. People are then, checking in. Our assassin friend walks over to the kind of big kind of glass doors that would open up onto a little balcony. And it's kind of an old, kind of rusty, decrepit kind of Soviet, PVC frame to it. And he kind of peers through the Roman blinds that are kind of cutting off most of the light. And he is on a phone, talking very quietly in Russian. Nix, where did you want to position yourself?
He wants us just stay fairly in the vicinity of Sherlock. Make sure they don't separate us too soon. Figure out what we're doing next. Maintain cover, but at the same time, make sure they're not going to permanently deal with Sherlock if they get tired. Try and ride this out as long as humanly possible before have to break cover if I need to. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to just, if it's a dingy apartment, just ask for some ice and just sit on a couch and take a bag of ice and kind of put it on her head because she had just been through a car crash.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to go rooting around in the bottom half of a freezer, and there's a few measly cubes in the ice tray that you have to kind of manually do. There's no automatic ice machine here. And so you pull a few cubes out, have to wrap them in an old tea towel, and then you can put that on your neck for the whiplash.
She just mutters, I think that's it's always the really shitty apartments for these things.
The assassin guy turns around to you and kind of gives you a kind of wry smile and a little bit of a nod, and then goes back to speaking on the phone. You can tell from here the other agent that's here that you don't recognize is back on a laptop, like I said, and they're clicking through a few tabs, which you're welcome to try and kind of eavesdrop in on, get an idea of what they're doing. Nicoletta is kind of stood around Sherlock, and she's smoking an old school cigarette. What did you want to do next?
I think she is. Yeah, she is going to. Well, so what's next?
The assassin guy holds up a finger just to get you to wait for just a second, and then he gets off the phone. He walks over to the agent that's on the laptop, and he leans over him, and then he motions you to come over and points at the screen without saying anything. And on the screen, you can see that the agent is bringing up various plane bookings, plane seat bookings in various different names, none of which you recognize, even as a cover or as an alias. Yeah, the assassin points at them.
Getting him out? What about the other two?
I will have to catch up with them later.
Oh, you better catch up with them now. See what kind of damage they've done so far.
What?
Oh, that whole crash thing. I think abducting the woman did strike a nerve. That's what you meant by it, right?
How do you mean?
Oh, the reporter.
The reporter was not my briefing.
No, you're kept in the dark on purpose because you're all a bunch of second-rate amateurs.
Please shut the fuck up.
Just ignore him.
Oh, it's about to be karaoke night up in here. I think I'm gonna start with some Billy Joel. Uptown Girl.
Hey, my orders are dead or alive. I can't fucking kill you if you want.
Be my guest. Maybe it'll stick this time.
He might know more about what the other two. I think they know where. They're obviously turned. Money wasn't good enough, or what's it? The U.S. The U.S.
Well, yeah, and I work for the State Department, you peons. Like, once we actually found out that people that you're working for are all private interest and not actually legitimately tied to any international government. Yeah, no, that's bad business. Also, you're actually getting to speak to a handler, which that's new. Every time I tried to do that, all I got was pretty much a busy signal. So improvements. It seems that they're motivated because they're worried. Wonder how much you're getting promised. Oh, you probably aren't getting actual figures. You're just getting a amorphous number. Except for you, big boy. You strike me as a guy that likes to negotiate with having at least half up front.
Hey, guys. Hey, Mikhail. He works for the State Department. See, Nick, he works for the State Department. He gets his phone out mockingly. He works for the State Department. See, no one cares. No one fucking cares.
Yeah, the CIA all of a sudden drops a group of black bag agents on your families. There's going to be some care.
So I worked for the CIA. They aren't going to do shit. They're probably going to write you off right away.
Oh, no. I'm dead. But here's the thing, especially within recent history. They're vengeful and they're bored. You don't think that one, an embassy agent dying, two, member of the foreign service being absconded with is going to get retaliation?
Oh.
Oh, you sweet little ducklings. This isn't the 1950s anymore. They're going to find out who you are, especially since you have all these electronic devices on, which are very easily tracked and traced, especially since I gave Madeline the update as to what was going on with Hex in this country. You're all being monitored right now. The longer that you're on, the more they're going to get more information on you. I'm dead. Do what you want with me. But they're going to find out who you are, who you care about. And because they work like I do, they're going to find your accounts. But more importantly, they're going to find the people that are important to you. They're going to go missing. And if you want anything, you're going to have to play ball to get them back. So I'd start writing your depositions now, or call your loved ones and say goodbye. That's a good point right now. You've got 36 hours.
See, good mouth on this one. This is probably how I got the other two fresh agents believing it's bullshit. I mean, really, how does
I don't lie. Everyone thinks I'm a lying sack of shit, but I just tell the truth all the time. And no one fucking believes me. That's until they start dying. Then it's, oh my God, how could it be? You were all in the dark about an operation that happened in Greece, what? Seconds before you struck? You are but pieces on a fucking board, and you're not getting paid enough for the hell that's coming down on you.
Oh, the money's pretty good, I'll say that.
The money is shit. You can't spend something when you're dead. They're counting on this. Your handlers are counting on you all being dead. Especially you, looks over at the one on the laptop. You're not corn-fed like big guy. And you're definitely not some hardened killer like Nick's here. So you're Thrina's replacement, which means you're a softie. I bet I could make you cry with just 2 fingers. You're not gonna last long.
He's fairly young agent at the laptop looks back up at the guy. He looks back down at him, and he kind of slaps him on the shoulder. But he looks over to
already
you.
with the touchy feelies. Yeah, you're not gonna last long.
And the assassin guy looks over to you and he says, "Are you done?"
Oh, no, I'm just going to keep on talking and talking until you guys give me some proper fucking painkillers.
And he motions to Nicoletta, who gives you a cigarette.
Great, I need to be more wound up. Where's the fucking morphine, you half-wits?
And she kind of, she's a little bit, you can see she's a little bit more taken aback than everyone else. So she pops a cigarette back in the packet and she heads over to one of the kitchen drawers, and she, because this is a safe house, opens the medical drawer and it's got bandages and drugs and pills and bit of Oromorph in it. So she comes over to you and she cracks open the lid and she readies to pour it down your throat.
Come on, let's not half-ass this. What's the milligram dosage? Come on, what are these? Looks like 400s. Okay,
Uh,
this feels like a 4. Let's go with 4. Just holds his hand out. I'm gonna have to dry swallow these, or
it's like a clear liquid.
oh, good. We've got Go-Gurt. We're going to teach you kids how to set up an IV. I'm going to need fluids here in a bit. And you definitely don't want to leave me unrestrained because I will hurt you.
Yeah, and the assassin looks pretty pissed off at this point. But Nicoletta is the one who obliges, and she goes about getting some liquids in you, and tries to make you as comfy as she can, whilst keeping you restrained.
Thanks.
See what I've had to deal with this entire time?
Yeah.
No. We didn't have shitty ass digs. We were all cruising fine in the lap of fucking luxury until, the handler started leaving us fucking high and dry because we were actually getting close to the truth. I reported in 3 fucking times and got left with nada. And then soon as we get close to Havel and all of the intel starts going wrong, they got even more quiet and more stingy. I mean, they would have had him. They would have had him had they just actually done something with the intel and talked to us. But they didn't fucking talk. They didn't give support. They didn't give intel. They didn't give me anything. But I'm guessing your guys are getting a lot right now because they're scrambling.
And he's been nonchalantly checking his phone just for a little bit, and then he smiles, and he walks over to you and shows you an article. And he says, "Is this scrambling?" And your picture is plastered all over this article, and it says that they've caught, the Zabrovian authorities have caught the person responsible for the palace attack. And you can see just through the spin of it that this reporting from wherever it's come from is pinning this on you.
That's funny. That actually looks like that's not scrambling, that's panic. Look at the article, look closer. Any second year NSA agent is going to see this and is going to start digging. This is a panic move. They should have never have done this. Because right now you actually have multiple agencies working. Like the MI6 boys, that's the thing. They're actually motivated and better educated because, let's face it, America's awful. They're going to see this and they're going to start working backward. This is not a good play. The best thing they could have done is kept my name and face off of everything. Let me go dark. There's a fucking playbook for this shit, and they're violating it. This is fucking amateur hour, and you're all a part of it. Professionals don't put faces unless there's something air fucking tight. You don't use faces in names because faces and names in this day and age are trails, bigans. This was a giant fucking blunder because they're panicking. One thing. Yo, Softy. I want you to go ahead and do just a wee bit of digging into your software connected to your Hex device. Just a wee bit. See what it does to your power plant if certain commands go off. Look for the command line. Do it. Please. You're going to have a wonderful revelation if you actually follow up on that Softy. Real good one.
Are you baiting for a hexplode?
Yeah.
Do it.
Noir, are you still in chat? Because if you are, I'm going to need you to roll
can
a
I?
dice.
Oh.
Or Susie. I need you to roll a dice. Hexplode.
Oh, can I? Oh, I'm gonna help. God.
Okay. You target a hex device that you can connect to the known digit location of. Make a modify action with a base DC of 10. On a success, you remotely detonate the device, inflicting damage based on its size. Yeah.
Rolled a 17.
I think. Yeah, Nix
What's
is
the damage of a laptop?
Nix is going to like
is 2d6 fire and 1d6 piercing damage. 10 fire.
So much shit.
5 piercing.
Oh.
Do you want this to go off?
Yeah. I
Okay.
want it to go real big.
This is going to be a little bit over a longer period of time, as maybe things settle down a little bit. But yeah, you get the impression, because Softy, totally now their nickname, codename, whatever. Softy is like he's just kind of, you know, on his laptop and stuff, and occasionally he'll kind of be like, he'll do that kind of low status, like he'll look over at you again, and then kind of he'll look back like, oh, okay, he looks at me, and then kind of occasionally he'll kind of look back at you and be thinking about stuff, and then he'll be kind of busy on his laptop again for a little while, and you can see him really kind of like digging into stuff, and that's when you know you've got him. And then, okay, where did you want to be, and like particularly, I guess for you, Lynn, like how did you want to like orchestrate the scene before this goes off and presumably all fucking hell breaks loose?
I think Nix knows where this is going for a little while, so she is just gonna act disinterested in like these fucking mind games with this like fucking new techie. It's like oh god, she's like he's getting to you, just friggin' amateurs. And then she'll just get up and like go to the fridge and like to get like a drink or something, or to get more ice.
Okay. So there is this little explosion.
Actually, you know what?
From the...
Where are the switches, the light switches?
Probably by the main door. If you actually imagine this a bit like a budget hotel, like it's like this whole one room. It's kind of the living area, the bed, and then a kitchen area where, you know, the way you are. And then there's the kind of bathroom next to the like the front door, basically. And so this, you know, Softy is sat, almost kind of Japanese style, like at a coffee table, but just on, you know, kind of knelt down.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
That's gonna be real bad. Yeah, that's
right in their face. Yeah. So okay, so you're in the kitchen grabbing a coffee, and then from that coffee table in that living area, yeah, his device just explodes. Keys go everywhere. Now the coffee table is on fire, and then you know, people start scrambling, and then the sprinklers start. What did you guys want to do?
This is what we refer to as a turning moment. Oh, look. He found the first clue. You're all carrying bombs. Your handler can kill you at any fucking moment. The very means of contacting you is a way of ending you. I hope you got paid up front, but I'm certain you didn't.
Oh my days. I really want, for the cinematic nature of it, for all of those devices to like go off.
Mm-hmm.
That just feels right. Fuck it, I'm the GM, I can do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Alright. In that moment, like Noah can fucking hear me in the distance all the way from from London to
Noir is
Chicago.
cackling right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking absolutely. I want videos, I want GIFs. Absolutely. But yeah, once you've said that they can kill you at any moment, those devices all go off.
Mm-hmm.
So this blows a hole in the assassin's pocket. Nicoletta's phone goes off too, and yeah, there is that like turning moment with everyone falling about. Their leg getting burnt, their hand getting kind of like almost blown off.
I'm probably the person that's best versed, aside from Nicolette, in treating wounds. If you promise to actually listen to me for fucking once, I'll start putting you back together. Now get me out of these damn restraints.
The assassin guy comes up to you and like pulls you up by the kind of scruff of your collarbones on the clothes that you've got on there, and he looks you right in the face and he says, "What have you done?"
You're being burned, remember? They put my name in the face. I'm supposed to be absconded with by the government. They're liquidating you, you dumb fuck. Now get me out of these restraints and I'll patch your hurt and get you someplace safe. Because if this place doesn't burn to the fucking ground and they find your corpses, you're going to have to hide.
Maybe we should listen to him. This is what they did to Oppenheimer. Or tried to do.
Alright. I want Sherlock to roll me a deception check. At advantage. Because Nix, you're helping him. I want to see what my dude is. How wise he is.
13.
Okay. He doesn't let you out of the restraints, but he unpulls the ivy, gets you up off the bed, and he pulls out the tickets that have been printed off in the corner, the like boarding passes and stuff like that. And he says to I think Softy's dead. It's on the floor.
Yeah.
And he says to Nicoletta, "We're leaving now." And then he passes Nix, he passes you. Actually, you know what, I give you this. He passes you the boarding passes.
You're not gonna make it to the airport. They have popped your devices. Soon as you go through any place that has any sort of monitoring and monitoring service by Hex, which is almost all of them, they're going to find you. You think a plane is safe? They can crash it and blame it on pilot error. Your only hope right now is to go one of the few places I know, or one of the few people I can introduce you to. The American delegation turned off the majority of its Hex devices after I gave them the briefing. 4 of them. fucking reason. Let me get you someplace safe. You don't have to die like fucking scrubs.
Fuck. Starts to panic.
Shit.
Look, you've already lost one of your team. And he's looking at the assassin. You have no means of contacting your handlers. They did that on fucking purpose. You are dead as soon as they put my face in the paper. So, since you're dead, you might as well go to ground. Don't get in the air. Good gods, don't get in the air.
He turns around to you and he pulls again right up to your face and he says, yeah, going to ground is a good idea. I don't teach your fucking dead weight with me. And he pulls out this really like ultra thin little needle on the end of what looks like kind of fountain pen case. And just as he's about to ram it into your neck, a gunshot rings out. He slumps to the floor, having had his brains blown out the side of his head. And Nicoletta is stood with a smoking pistol pointed towards where he was. And she looks over at you, and then she looks over at Nyx. And she says, I don't want to fucking die. Where do we go?
Restraints are going to the embassy.
I don't like the smell of this either.
Go to the embassy. I can get you protection. The only other place that I know of is a warehouse out all the way back towards the chalet. That is the one other safe place I know of. That's it. But with that mob that's been thrown in a tizzy, you think you can make a drive that far?
We get out of the city. Yeah.
It's embassy or that warehouse.
If that article has taken, the embassy is gonna think that you're kind of right in a way. If it's not watertight, then they're not going to try and use it against you.
Nicoletta, I'm a member of the United States Foreign Service. There is a process in order for me to be extradited, because in most cases I have diplomatic immunity. Until a petitioning government goes through the proper steps and channels. Procedure for someone, a foreign agent who has done a big bad, is one of two. Either they're placed under a soft arrest at the embassy, essentially confined to quarters, or they are sent straight fucking home. And with the political unrest, I can already tell you would be confined to quarters. And I'd much rather the nice king-size beds in the foreign embassy than the floor of a warehouse. Let's get you someplace safe.
And she looks over to Nyx.
Of course, it wouldn't be that easy to bring him in. So much I hate to say it. The embassy sounds like the right plan.
But it's going directly against orders.
Well, we went through orders and look where that got them.
You are liquidated. You are burned. For all intents and purposes, considering that your device went up as well, you are dead to Umad. And if they find you alive, they will try and make you otherwise.
But this,
Let me bring you in.
you can do that.
Yeah. I can do a lot of things. I can make people disappear in a good way. First, the political unrest needs to die down because I'm not going to put you on any sort of plane or transport where they're going to intercept you. Instead, you're going to be staying at the embassy until things die down. But for all intents and purposes, I'm going to start petitioning for you to become a protected asset.
And again, she looks over to Nyx, unsure.
I mean, what option do you have? We go on that plane. It's probably right. They can do that to the left. I guess what they can do. They're gonna know where you're going.
All it takes is one laptop open on a plane, and that plane is no longer flying.
She nods to Nyx. So she'll allow you to take the restraints off of Sherlock and stuff.
Thank you. Now, I would not try and take a car that they know about. Do you have a personal driver that we can take?
No.
Okay. Gotta drive fast then.
So what I'm thinking is we do a check that's kind of fairly broad, and it lies somewhere in the kind of realm of infiltration, or even kind of a vehicle proficiency check to like get you to the embassy, dodging the troops that are now on the streets, the police, the military police that are now rounding people up and arresting people, to try and get to the embassy without getting spotted, grabbed, or anything like that. This is also kind of where we will leave Nyx and Sherlock, because we're going to take a kind of a bit of a break, not over the entire Kickstarter, but like a little bit of a break. We'll have a kind of almost a kind of finish the season, and then we can come back in. Maybe I'm even thinking with a little bit of time onto a kind of new mission or something. So this is kind of where we're going to leave Sherlock and Nyx, whether that's having been grabbed somehow and then we've got to work out what happens afterwards, or whether that's having made their way to the embassy itself. So let's make this kind of a group check with the two of you. So as long as someone passes, we're good. What did you want to use in order to try and, like, what skill, what proficiency did you want to use to try and get to the embassy?
Probably infiltration.
Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that then. 12
Well,
for infiltration. 20 for you. Perfect. Okay. So Nyx does a good job of just kind of navigating and spotting kind of where things are happening, taking you off a different route. It takes you a little bit to autonomously navigate to the embassy, not reliant on a GPS and having no physical maps to hand of Koloratov. but eventually you get to the embassy, and I think to a degree that story has kind of taken. You are in effect placed under arrest when you arrive, and you are taken. This is kind of last montage of shots. So, you know, you are taken to your quarters. You are confined. Nyx is similarly done so, but is more in the way of because the whole gang's there. Madeline is there, and the delegation is there, and so Nyx, you're also placed under kind of room arrest from the kind of play that you guys have made. Would you come clean about the whole play, or would you still be kind of parting that blame and playing this dead cell thing against Nyx?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
No, let's muddy the waters even further. Let's have it that we have recently found out that the group known as Dead Cell is a operational wing of Umad. And that Umad has corporate ties. And so a private corporate entity has been operating agents globally for some time. And give Maddie and give all her friends and the EU folks tons of stuff to look into.
Mm-hmm.
From Umad's inception over at the UN to their acquisition to their current operations. Have them dig into everything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Nicoletta is taken in, but again is kind of under an arrest or a kind of quarantine for now. That, I think, is where we will wrap things up. The few questions unanswered, but we can resolve stuff in between the sessions, in between possible seasons, and figure out if we want to delve into another mission with these guys. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, folks. That brings us to the end of our session tonight. Thanks so much for coming along on the ride with us. As I said, we've got our Kickstarter coming up in just 6 days' time, and so we are in the full swing of preparation. So next week, Tuesday is when we'll launch, therefore we need to be around on the Wednesday to be responsive and reactive to all the things that hopefully will be kicking off thanks to all of those amazing funding and stretch goals that we could hit. And so we won't be back with HexCrawl next week, and then stay tuned for how we want to take the campaign next. I'll have a chat with all of the guys, see what we want to do next. I'm having a ball still. I hope you guys all are. And yeah, so keep your eye on the Discord and keep your eye on our social media for any other episodes that will come up after that. So let's just check in again, and also let us know where we can find you on the internet and all that good stuff. It was a fucking cool session today. I had that car park prepped. I knew it would have to change somehow. I was kind of trying to get us there, and thankfully it kind of worked within the story without having to bend too much to make it work. And I always enjoy a bit of a map and a bit of an encounter as well. I think we could do a bit more of that in future. A little bit more of the infiltration side of things and stuff. This was very tradecrafty, and I enjoyed that about it. But a few more encounters, a few more Mission Impossible style missions, I think would be cool in future. But yeah, Lynn, you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's like
crafty
going.
I thought, rather than assassin-y,
Yeah. Well, if plans change,
Yeah.
willing
totally.
to. now that we didn't have to necessarily worry about Sherlock being brought in, she's willing to, change plans if she needs to.
Yeah.
We'll see where this goes.
Oh, it's super cool. More levels in face then.
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Cool.
Sherlock is just good, just so good at also manipulating that side of it. Just very good. And having the explosion was really fucking good.
Yeah, was there? Yeah, I thought it just felt right. Do you know what I mean? Awesome. Cool. So what are you up to? Where can we find you on the internet?
Hey, I'm Lynn, Flying Cirrus on Twitter, where you can have my art and my skills for my games. You'll see me next in a few hours at 8 p.m. on Practical Earth Forest channel for the penultimate episode of Star Brigade. We will have a crashing a wedding, metaphorically or literally. I have no idea. We'll see.
Why not both?
We'll see. But there's mechs involved, so who knows? It's so good. Everybody is dramatically is in it, and we'll see how Pope's character just makes things more complicated because his character was involved with both the groom and the bride. So we shall see.
Nice.
And
cool.
Actually, new on Friday for on Penny for a Tale, it is the first episode of our Dragon Age campaign.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we're it's at 6 p.m. So we will we are, you know what? Strangely enough, similar situation. I'm not, but I am a there's some intrigue, and I'm just playing a conflict of things. A pirate with a berserk giant blade who is probably getting embroiled in a bunch of just intrigue.
Yeah,
got some spies, got some Inquisition bullshit.
I love it.
It should be
so
fun.
Cool. Yeah, nice one. And if you want to check out more of Lynn's art, it is all over our products because we absolutely love it. You can check her out, not on the keyboard kitten, on Spy Game. Yeah, I'll just rescue my cat. On Dreams, Nightmares, and Half-Remembered Meetings as well. And her art will also feature in Cursed Captains of Cthulhu as well. So thanks for coming on board again for that. Very much appreciated. And Pope. That it was beautifully played. That just relentless kind of, picking at it. There was honestly just a point where beautifully where I just thought as the NPC there was no room to maneuver at that point. They just couldn't get out, It's great.
Today was absolutely beautiful. And as a beautiful disaster as one could have, and it felt good to be doing up with my fellow murder parent, and also in a way I can just have, because everything is comic books and films for me, so having a moment where things go we already had the power outage, and then I can just see Athrena and Op stopping vehicles after they ditch the fire truck, stopping at a cafe to just check in between the border of Greece and going, oh, things are going terrible. Oh, they're trying to, he must be gone. Lynn still has her device on. Let's find that. And Athrena doing all this hacking, finding it, and then pinging the devices around, and then Op just cackling. It's just and ode to joy playing in the background as we see Op pressing buttons and things exploding.
Yeah.
So while they were not necessarily here in body, they were definitely here in spirit and action. Yes. And I loved every second of this. Hey, everybody, Pope here. Pope Worldbill on Twitter. Pope Worldbill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of this ridiculous face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next, as Lynn eloquently said, is 8 p.m. over on Praxagora Thesbophore's channel for a penultimate episode of Starblade Battalion Memories, a Mechton game. Um, I'm playing someone dynamically different in that they get around. And two of my exes have decided to get married,
Yeah.
and it's all terrible. It's terrible. But if you want to see something that is peak anime, definitely tune in this evening because these characters are amazing. The system has built like very interweave relationships, and that's a special cast. That's a really good group. Speaking of special casts and good groups, every other Sunday, this Sunday included, over on Max F7's channel, we are back with Masks Sunset City. What it looks as though Barghest has gone on to a different life, transferring from being a young superhero to all of a sudden ending up in like a Sandman-like title. So he has left the group. The group is imploding, and now there is a new person with them who needs their help to become worthy to lift Mjolnir. So if you want to see all of that nonsense, tune in at 9:30 p.m. Eastern over on Matt of 7's channel. But don't forget to always come back here every Wednesday when we come back for more of this exciting game. And 6 days. Come and see these wonderful people kick off their Kickstarter for what is promising to be an absolute barn burner of a game. I am looking forward to it. So are my friends. So get ready for all of that delightful high seas antics with that little bit of tentacle. And thank you all so much.
If you're into it.
It's on a spectrum, a gradient, if you will.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much where you're watching live, VOD, YouTube, wherever you are. A story is nothing without its audience, and you are much part of this as we are. Thank you all so much. Take care of yourselves. And if you've gotten this far in the YouTube, well, hashtag HexXplode, because that turned the corner.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, as Pope said, we have the Kickstarter for our next game, Curse Captains of Cthulhu, starting next Tuesday. So if you are here and you haven't already checked out the preview page and asked to be alerted to when we go live, do check out that link posted into chat. It helps us out, but it also alerts you to when we're about to go live. We've got a lot of promising stuff on the Kickstarter horizon in terms of that game and its various stretch goals and unlocks, and it should prove to be an excellent game born out of the mind of a lot of James's ideas. So we all know how that's going to turn out with the old Dreams, Nightmares and Half-Remembered Meetings kind of vibe as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful little marriage there between James's mind and the Cthulhu mythos as well. And who doesn't like pirates? You're right. So yeah, I'm going to mash them all together and we're going to give you an awesome swashbuckling adventure of an RPG. So check that out as soon as you can, friends. We're back as well, though, this Saturday with our After the Fire Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire campaign. We're going to be joining up with Millie and Tom again, and there's going to be a bit more of Susie as she looks for some blood royal boys. And we're going to find out just who sent that letter to Faye, talking about her father and brother's deaths. So I hope you can wait because it's got to come round on Saturday. So I don't have a raid for tonight. I had a little look around. Not a lot of follows, not a lot of mates that are streaming right now. So I'm going to leave you to your Wednesdays. Please look after yourselves and each other. We will see you online on Saturday, and if not, we hope to see you on the Kickstarter comments on Tuesday. Until then, keep your eyes peeled on our Discord, on our socials, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you very, very soon, friends. Take care. Bye-bye now.